For the Daily Sundial, I'm PJ Shahamat, and this is Sunset Sessions. I am joined today by alternative R&B singer and CSUN Vove artist Tarik Lord, otherwise known as Nishwakie. How are you doing?
I am doing beautiful. How are you?
I'm doing well. Can you tell me about who's joining you right now as well?
We have Josh Feliciano, a longtime close friend and guitarist and main production assistant. Well, main production for Nishwakie.
Beautiful. What do you do for production?
I'll like lay down a guitar loop or something, or like I'll play on something that Tarik might have done, or like another homie might have done. You know, like on a drum loop or something like that.
Yeah, Josh. Basically, we would sit and we'll write the song on guitar first, and then we lay down. Lay down in either Ableton or FL.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's your process for most of the time, or is there any difference?
There is a difference. Well, we started working with a producer, and producer's name's Quincy, and so now we still do the ideas honestly almost the same, but Quincy probably would lay down drums first, and then Josh would hit up with the guitar, and then we would lay vocals, and then just to build around that. Yeah.
How did you meet Quincy?
Through Josh.
Through me, and I met Quincy through the homie JP Jean Placide, and I met Jean Placide through the other homie Carter, who I met through you.
Yeah.
Carter
I
Ace?
Carter Ace, yes, shout out. And
Shout out.
I met Tarik through Fahim, the homie.
Homie Fahim. Fahim is the guitarist for Carter Ace.
Oh, nice.
So we all met. I met Josh in 2017 at a Carter Ace show at Agora Hills. He was playing. What was it called?
The Canyon Club.
The Canyon Club. Yeah, this playing the Canyon Club. It was. Oh my God! It was an insane show. Like we packed that up. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's really that's kind of insane because for me, I always saw the Canyon Club. No hate on them, but I would always see like these old artists and like Smash Mouth would play.
Yeah,
would
yeah.
play
It's
the Canyon
definitely
Club.
like that type of venue. But I think we had. I'm not sure what the music collaboration was at the time, but we had a lot of. I think it was his show that he planned, and he had a lot of artists on the bill, and he put it together himself, and it was honestly like. For him to be that young doing that was insane at that time, yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So, you're signed to CSUN Vove. Can you talk about that a little bit?
So Vove, so we applied to Vove 2 years ago? Yeah, last year, in 2021, yes. We applied to Vove. We were approached actually we were at a party. We had one of our friends' parties, and they asked us to perform, and we were actually not supposed to perform that day because we had another podcast interview that day with a different magazine, and they wanted to come in, but when we got there, they were very behind, unfortunately, and so we couldn't do it because our bassist had to leave at a certain time. So. They just hit us up and was like, hey, like, actually, we're still free. Can we do this show? We pull up to the show, and then that's when the executive of Vove happened to be there. He saw a set and was like, hey, would you guys be interested in applying for CSUN Vove Artist of the Year? And we applied, and to our literal amazement, because they emailed me or they messaged me, so I didn't really check my emails that much because I was like, oh, like, of course, like, we're doing music is great, and I should have been doing that, it was a bad responsibility on my end, but I was like, you know what, like, nothing's gonna happen, like, I'm not, I was already doubting myself, and then I checked, and they had been trying to reach me for weeks. And I had low-key ghosted them. And I can't remember who reached out to me, but I got a phone call. Like, someone got my number, and I got a phone call. I was like, hey, oh, no, actually, this is what happened. Aaron is part of Nishwakie, too. He is our main mixing engineer. Aaron was in a band for a different artist at the time. His name was Daryl Salad. And one of the Vove team, since they were rehearsing for the big show, reached out. I was like, hey, like, we had no response from Nishwakie, and we offered him the spot. And I was like, and then he called me. He's like, hey, Tarik, they said that you ghosted them. I was like, what? No. So I tried logging my email to see everything, and it turns out I didn't get the notification because my email was actually hacked at the time. So I had to do the whole process of just getting everything back. It took me like a couple of days, but since I had already a phone number, I was already back in contact, and I was able to respond to the email, fill out the application like they had, and then we started the Vove journey. It was on, like, I don't really win anything, like So it
That's
was
full
different.
races. That's
Yeah.
what is that?
Full race, except for swimming. I was a competitive swimmer back in the day. I used to win a lot.
Top
Okay, yes. I was wrong. But yeah, I was surprised. It was
Yeah.
took me a shock, and like I guess like my whole thing is just continue working. Like I don't really pay attention to like results as much. I just pay attention to like how the process is improving on itself.
Yeah.
So that was surreal to me. Like to be able to be artist of the year, that was crazy.
Can you tell me about what it's like being part of a label, I guess? Like what's it like being part of CSUN Vove? Like what goes into it, I guess? Like what's the deal there?
What I really appreciated was the connections that we made with Vove. We did the whole the boot camp thing that we did, where it's basically you have to go in the studio for it's a couple weeks at a time, and we had to make a song, and make a couple songs, make an EP. And just working with the producers there, working with the mixing engineers there, meeting people at Hype Studios was great. Hype Studios became like a hub for me, so I would go there to their songwriting sessions sometimes, and also their hype sessions where we just play new music that no one's heard yet. And then also the camera crew, the marketing crew, like everybody on just the connections you make, it's like insane. And I would not have access to that if it wasn't because of Vove.
Yeah.
And the team was great to work with. Our videos came out really nice. The production came out great. It was honestly a good time.
That's so cool. So you mentioned Jean Placide before. You recently dropped a single with him, Guava. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So Guava, me and Josh, we let's say, how did we make Guava, bro? I forgot.
I pulled up to Tarik's house and he had a drum loop ready. It was like a splice loop or something like that.
Yeah, I had a drum loop ready. Oh yeah, I layered a splice loop and I chopped it up, and Josh came through and he put his guitar in it, and then usually this is what happens. Josh comes through, he comes, we like make the song, and then I just ignore it for 3 months. So literally 3 months later, I came back to the song. I was like, maybe I should finish it. So I sat down and was like, well, I really like this. Let me actually like finish this. I wrote the hook. I think I wrote the first line first because I don't really like thinking about it, but most of my songs usually start off with like a line that's like damn, like
I
wow.
love the intro line. I can't say it, but like
Yeah.
it's such a sick intro line.
We have like a joke about that, right?
You have a joke about that, you know?
You want to say it?
I don't know. Well, the joke is, the line is ain't shit nigga popping. It's ain't shit nigga popping. And, certain groups of people can say the line. So we're like, hey, imagine if we're at a festival, it would be one of those conversations. But we're just going to skip over that. We're going to skip over that right now. I don't think I'm prepared to dive into that. But yeah, it's definitely like, that's the first line I wrote. And then it took me probably a week to finish the hook and the verse. But yeah, it's just like it was. I was drawing inspiration from conversations I've had with close friends of mine, and conversations of just the reality of the situation. I think the song, it basically entails a relationship that has gone south, and there's just one individual that just won't leave, and it's like. Basically, all they do is vent about how bad the relationship is, but not actually it's. I understand it's like a bad thing. I understand it's hard to leave. I understand it's hard to be in that situation. Like feelings are very vulnerable. It's like a whole thing. But for me, it was every day you're complaining, you say that you want to leave, and you don't. And I'm just here listening and taking it, and I'm just like, okay, cool. Well, here's the thing. If you're only talking about this guy every time, it's like you're almost advertising him. You actually want me to know he's just not good. So it's like I'm not sure what else what to do with the situation. So I'm just like, well, you ain't shit nigga popping and actually it was also inspired by Abbott Elementary. Sorry.
Oh.
I'm not sure if there's a guy. So Abbott Elementary. Quinta, her character, she has a boyfriend in the beginning of the season, and it's played by Zach Fox, and his name's Tarik. Bro, pissed me off. My name's Tarik, bro. How you gonna name this man? How you gonna name this man Tarik, bro? That was messed up. I was pissed off. Anyways, so I was, because I was so petty, I wrote a song about that situation. But yeah, it's just because he was driving a car going to work, but he was just not really putting that much into the relationship, like she was, And it was just so sad to see. Like, it's always sad to see when that happens. Like, especially when you have close friends, it's like, damn, like they want a full on thing. People like, especially I think the difference between guys and girls, like it's more of a deeper emotion. It's more emotional connection for them. Like for that, it's easy. Like it's easy for them to understand love and how that works. When you're with someone who doesn't want to understand that, that's hard.
Definitely.
But we did that, and then I was like, I literally immediately after the song was like almost done, and we had an open space. I was like, JP should hop on this. JP should hop on this. JP Jean Placide. Shout out JP. JP is a really, really good producer. Honestly, he deserves his medals. Like, he honestly is not like, I think like within our scene is very underrated, but he's really good. His band is amazing. The after party is amazing. And every time he's live, it's like always a groove. It's always a vibe. It's so beautiful. Yeah. But yeah, and then he hopped on the song and got it back, and I was like, damn. I was like, damn, why did this guy watch me on my own song? I'm pissed.
You guys did a music video together too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we did the lyric video. We did a lyric video, and yeah, it's vertical. I knew you mentioned that earlier. It's vertical. Well, here's the thing. I was looking at resources and finances, and after so the Vuva ended, like our program of Vuva ended. They started a new one this year, but we didn't have resources like that anymore. So it's like I would have to hire a camera crew, and I'll do a whole thing. So I decided to make this a bit more marketable, just because of how TikTok was going blowing up, and make it probably like a simple idea. So I was like, okay, let's advertise ourselves, just lip syncing the song, walking through a neighborhood. So it's just a bit more relatable, I guess, to an audience.
Yeah.
Rather than doing like a full swing production and all this stuff, because that's expensive and it takes a lot more time. And I think for me at the time, I didn't want to like I don't want to force anything. I was supposed to release another video for that one, but that's going to be coming out next year. Yeah.
Very cool. So with John Placide, he was a feature. You've also done a lot of feature work in the past as well, or you've had a lot of features on your work. I believe you've worked with Carter Ace, you've worked with Asiata. Can you talk about like the feature? What is a good feature?
Honestly, for me, like these were just my friends. Like these were just my close friends that I hung out with, and I was like, hey, like, do you guys want to hop on this song? And I usually, like, Josh is the one that delegates like the features. To be honest, he's like, hey, this is what I think should be on the song, and I always, I go with Josh's advice. We try to like keep everything as a group, like to make decisions when it comes to even mixing and mastering. Like I delegate with either Aaron, Josh, Quincy, everybody. Like it's a whole group chat that we talk about it. But yes, I think for features, like for me, like even now or in the future, there's definitely a reputation that we've already set up, like with Asiata, Cartier, and John Placide. These are all like insanely talented people that I know. Like, and I don't even like. I mean. I know for a fact, maybe it's like a self-confidence thing, but I don't even think like I'm at that level yet, But I would definitely say we are looking for, I guess, people who are very, very passionate about music, as in like this is the thing that you do, like there is no other questions about it. And the people that we've experienced, they put their foot into each song that they make. So it's like, so it's definitely those are the people that I'm looking to work with. People who are passionate and want to innovate music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. So what can we look out for in the future from Nishwakie?
From Nishwakie. So in the future, we're going to be diversifying our sound. Like I was saying with the innovation of music, we're definitely going to be working more, trying to build more of a social media platform. We did a lot of shows in the past 3 years of Nishwakie. We've been mostly a band show, like based band. Like we've just only done shows. But I think in the future for next year, I want to see a bit more digital presence from us, just because I think that's going to help us out. And definitely looking to just do more new things and try different things. we want to get more into, I want to get more into video production, putting more effort into that, and taking more time with it, because my first EP I dropped, Better Late Than Never, we did that whole thing, and it was great. All the videos in there are amazing. Shout out Gio Alford. But he was the main director and cameraman. But I definitely want to be able to sit down and just take my time with creating art. I know the thing that's hard about it in today's age, it's more of a quantity thing than it is anything else. So it's hard to even gauge like how much I should make, like how much time and how much songs we should actually have like in the files before we even start releasing stuff. And that's where I think it's competitive, because you're competing with a lot of people with way more resources than you have, you know. And it's like, regardless, even if there's people who have less resources than you, they're still gonna produce content. They're still gonna make music, you know. So I think for me, it's figuring out the balance between quality and quantity. But in the future, we're definitely going to see more diversity of music. We're going to see more better production. And yeah, definitely more shows.
So cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for guys having us. It's been amazing, honestly.